Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. What's up, guys? Wow, I look so tired. Hope all is well. It's been a crazy week for me, and I'm still trying to figure out the schedule. And yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. I think for the month of September, we're gonna scale back the show to only doing a live stream on Wednesdays. Okay, Wednesdays, 12 o'clock here. Okay, Wednesdays at 12. That's our time slot for September. Okay, I just have a lot of stuff that I need to take care of in my life, and also my kids are getting off of school at different times, so I want to be available for them whenever they do happen to get let out of school. Right? It's like 2 kids, 2 different schools, and the schedules are crazy. It's always like, well, we have a half day, we have a teacher's work day, we have this day or that day, and they can't give us a consistent, I guess somewhat consistent schedule, but the days are different for both kids, so that's wreaking havoc on my schedule for doing the show. So what we're gonna do now, since I know that Wednesdays at noon I'm available, I'm gonna do Wednesdays at noon. I'll be here, right? And we'll see how that works out for September, and then as the schedule evens out or like settles down more, we'll do more shows as needed. Okay, all right, but that is the schedule going forward for the rest of the month, for the rest of September. Welcome back, happy September. Bitcoin's been doing a bunch of stuff, and the topic of today's show is Bitcoin pump in September? Question mark? Who knows? Who knows? It might pump, it might not. But what's important here is that we continue to save in Bitcoin. That's what we continue to do here on the show. So let's get things started with the first segment of the show, and that is the Bitcoin strength. All right, where are we? Today, the price of Bitcoin is $111,000, almost $112,000 Bitcoin. You can buy 892 Satoshis for a single dollar. That's not bad. 892 Satoshis for a single dollar. There it is. Wow, it's wild. If you were walking down the street minding your own business, you look down and see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny will be worth 8.9 Satoshis for a single penny. What a deal. That is the Bitcoin strength. Okay, guys, I know I'm running through this segment so we can get into the Why We Stack segment, because it's important to always highlight in all these episodes why we should be saving in Bitcoin, and why what the price does doesn't really matter. Like, oops, whoa, that was weird. What the price does won't matter in the long term, you know? I mean, it does matter, but like the ups and downs that we see here, it's not a big deal. When we're saving in Bitcoin here on the show, we're saving in Bitcoin. What up, Carl in the house? Carl Black in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience. In the end, it doesn't matter. What we should be considering is saving a little stack here and there, hopefully daily, hopefully weekly, whatever we can do, and then not thinking about that stack for at least 4 years. I mean, you can think about it, but not planning on selling that stack for at least 4 years. If you've been doing that this whole time, you're doing well. You're doing well. All right. So that is the Bitcoin strength. That's the Bitcoin strength. Let me turn on this different songs here, guys. Let's see. This one. Yeah, some little background music. Okay. Yeah. So that is the Bitcoin strength. Let's get into Why We Stack real quick and talk about that for a second, and then we'll get ready to be done with the rest of the second half of the show. Wow, we're going fast. We're going fast. Here we go. Why We Stack. Oh shoot. Welcome back. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Why do we stack? This is for beginners. This is a segment that is for beginners. Why do we save in Bitcoin? Why do I have a whole show dedicated to teaching people not only just about Bitcoin, what it is, but also why you should be saving in it, why I recommend that you save in it. It's not financial advice, but let me tell you, anything you're saving in now is not going to hold its value against inflation long term. And when you do that, while you're holding cash in the bank, even property at this point, even real estate at this point, unless it's like pristine, like oceanfront mansion that you probably can't afford now, you won't be able to have something that's going to hold value long term over time, right? At least now hold value or beat the appreciation power of Bitcoin for the amount of work you have to do, right? If you own a property, or if it's your own or your rental property, whatever, you don't have to do all the work to get tenants in there, do repairs, manage it, chase people for the money they owe you, get credit checks done on your tenants, all that stuff. You need to do all that stuff, right? If you go in and doing all that stuff, you're making maybe 5 or 6% back on your investment. And if you're lucky, let's say if you're lucky, right? Because most real estate right now is priced in a way that all of the gains are already kind of gone. When you buy it, you're hoping that it appreciates into the future and that the rents go up so that you can finally start to break even and start generating some cash flow from that property. But in the end, the whole time you're waiting for that property to start cash flowing, right? That money you use as a down payment for that property could have gone into Bitcoin, and you would have already started making 50% year over year, right? So when you see other ways to try to invest, always compare it to the standard. Compare it to Bitcoin. Okay, when you're gonna go and make an investment, okay, should I invest in the stock? Okay, maybe. Well, what's the potential for the stock to go up? Okay, well, what's the potential for that same amount of money to go into Bitcoin? And what's it gonna do if it's doing on average about 50% year over year, right? And you look at that investment, and you can compare it. I mean, you can't tell the future, of course, right? But you can start to think about the possibilities and what's more likely to happen, right? Is it more likely to happen that the government's going to continue to print money and debase the purchasing power of the dollar and therefore make your Bitcoin value go up in terms of dollars because the purchasing power of the dollar goes down against Bitcoin? Or is it more likely that this company you're investing in or this property you're buying going to go up in value faster than the price of Bitcoin, right? How much value does it take for your real estate or for your stocks to go up in price, to double in price, right? Right. This is the old one. So this is the old one. Where's the new one? Yeah, get the new one here. How much money does it take for your? We can use this one. It's fine. We can use this one. This is good. How much money does it take for your Bitcoin investment to double, right? This is an older chart back when Bitcoin was at $400 billion in market cap. Now it's at, I think, $2 or $3 billion in market cap. I have an updated one here somewhere. Oh, I know where it is. Is that it? Now I gotta find it, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point is that how much liquidity does it take to double the price of Bitcoin from where it's at now? Well, when it was at 400 billion, right? Getting to 1 trillion, doubled the market value, right? And now it's at 3 or 4 trillion. That's 2 or 3 trillion. So that the going from 2 or 3 trillion to like 6 trillion, right? Or 8 trillion. It's a lot more doable than for real estate at 230 trillion to double in price, right? So in order for your real estate investment to give you 50% gain or 100% gains, the real estate market cap would have to go up to 660 trillion, right? What's easier, taking a $3 trillion asset, which is Bitcoin, to a $6 trillion asset, and therefore doubling, or going from a $330 trillion asset to a $660 trillion asset? I don't think that what you could ever get that in real estate unless like the dollar's really getting debased. But anyway, it just goes to show you that it takes a lot more work for real estate to double. It takes a lot more work for gold to double. It takes a lot more work for art to double. It takes a lot more work for bonds to double in price, right, or double in value. It takes a lot more time than for dollars to double, right? Because not only if you're holding in cash money, right here, you're not only losing that potential to double the value of your purchasing power over here, right? Not double, but like let's say 50% year over year the value of your savings, but you're actually losing that 50% against the dollar. So you're not only not getting the benefit of being in Bitcoin, but you're actually double losing because the purchasing power of the dollars you're holding is not even keeping up with inflation like some of these other assets might, right? Equities might, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, it's pretty wild. So why do we save in Bitcoin? That's what we save in Bitcoin right there. It's pretty simple, right? Like once you see it in those terms, you start to really understand that, hey man, this is crazy the way it works. And I can't believe that a lot of people don't understand it. They don't want to understand. They don't care. Here it is. I found the updated one, guys. There it is. So you have a $1 quadrillion dollar value pie, right here. It's 1 quadrillion, and only 2 trillion of that currently, or maybe 2.5 trillion of that currently, is in Bitcoin. Oops, right here. Right. In order to double that, we have to get to $4 trillion Bitcoin. That means that the price of Bitcoin technically should be at around what? If we double from where we're at now, $225,000 Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes to 4 trillion, I don't know if it's that linear, right? But the idea is there. It's easy to understand the concept that it takes a lot less money to double the price of Bitcoin than it does to double the price of real estate, or double the price of equities or bonds, right? So anyway, that is one of the main reasons why we stack, right? Because that's a way you protect yourself from inflation, right? All right. Real quick, why do we save in Bitcoin? We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for, as long as you hold the Bitcoin that represents those hours. That's why we stack. Bam. All right. It's a good jam right there. I like this one. That's a good one right there. I like that one. Man, that's a good jam. Got me going. All right, so let's get back into the main topic of the show here and go into the next. Sorry, let's go back into the next topic of the show. Let's go into the stack recap, because we don't only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. We actually do it every weekday. And actually, guys, I know I said it Monday through Friday, but for this month, for the month of September, we're still going to do 5 days a week of stacking, but we're only going to do a live stream on Wednesdays. So only Wednesday for the month of September, guys. I'm going to scale back the live streams to only Wednesday. I have some family stuff I need to take care of. The kids' schedules are all crazy. They're different schools and they have different days where they get out early and stay later and all this other stuff, right? So I can't find a consistent time slot that I'm available for all the days of the week, except for today. Wednesdays at 12, I'm available. So we're doing Wednesdays at 12 for the whole month of September only. And then next month, we'll figure out if we get back into the swing of things of doing 5 episodes a week, or if we continue with the 1 episode a week. We'll see how that works. But just so you know, I'm going to continue to stack Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with the same rules that we've been stacking here on the show. And that is, when the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price for that year, we buy $20 worth. When it's below. Yeah, we buy a double stack. If it's above our average buy price for that year, then we buy a single stack of $20. If it's below the lowest price we've seen the whole year for that year, in this case, $76,914, we buy an $80 stack. Okay. So today, since the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price, we're going to buy $20. Okay. All right. There's just the stack we've been doing so far. $5,120 so far this year into Bitcoin in 2025. And in 2024, we did $7,245. And for the whole lifespan of the show, in the DCA portions of this show, we've done about $950 worth of Bitcoin buys, and it's currently worth about $31,000. We're at 98% up in profits since about two years and a couple months. And May 22nd, 2023 is when we started, and making progress on our way to 1 Bitcoin. That's our goal, to get to 1 Bitcoin, right? So far, we are about $8,966 away from half a Bitcoin, which would be a super nice milestone to hit. And yeah, we're doing it slow and steady, right? we've also done other things on the show to generate extra revenue, and stack that into our stack for the show. And of course, now the full amount for the show is 0.41986843 Bitcoin. And yeah, that's our current status of the stack. That is the stack recap. All right, cool. So now that we know how much Bitcoin we're gonna buy today, that's 20. What's up, BTC Moon Guy in the house? Round of applause from the live studio audience for BTC Moon Guy. Yeah. So hey, thanks BTC Moon Guy. We've been stacking pretty hard consistently. We're gonna scale back the show to Wednesdays only, but we're gonna continue to stack Monday through Friday, and then we'll just do a recap on Wednesdays, and we'll be back to a regularly scheduled program of 5 days a week, maybe in October. I'm not sure. We'll see. But for now, we're doing 1 day a week on Wednesdays, and then we're going to continue to do the stack 5 days a week. Okay? All right. So that said, now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy, there's only one thing left to do. Yes. It's time to stack some Bitcoin. Let's go. Pipeline Podcast. What up? We're early today. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pipeline. My schedule has been crazy, and we'll talk about the schedule in a second. Hope everything is good with you, Pipeline Podcast. Sorry for all of the showtime changes and all that stuff. It's been crazy busy. Let me just get this by, okay? The strike 2-0 queued in. I hit next. There we go. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin today on the Stack Bitcoin Show. Confirming. Cut the music. Drum roll, please. And just like that. Do we get it? There it is. Another successful stack. And we have accumulated an additional 17,700 Satoshis to the stack. Let me tell you what's going on, Pipeline Podcast, while we update today's purchase in 2025. Here it is. Today is 9/3/25, and we purchased at the price of Bitcoin we deserve today is $977.40 Bitcoin. We bought $20 worth, and that got us 0.000177700 Bitcoin. Just like that, 17,700 Satoshis added to the stack. And now that gets us over here on the strategic Bitcoin reserve sheet. So funny. All right, there it is. We're up to date. How close are we to 0.42 BTC? Did we hit it? Did we hit it? Oh, we hit it! Yes, y'all. 0.42 Bitcoin for the show. 42 million Satoshis. 42 million Satoshis unlocked. 42 million Satoshis attained. That's pretty cool. Pipeline Podcast. Sorry about the crazy schedule. Everybody else has been watching. I appreciate you guys showing up. So here's the deal. I have 2 kids, and they're in 2 different schools, and the schedule for the school is like always inconsistent. So they either get out at noon or at 2 or 3, and it's any one of those. And I try to figure it out so I could do it at this 12 o'clock hour, or maybe get it done at the regular 2 o'clock hour. And the schedule is so varied. And then sometimes I'll throw in like, oh, it's a teacher work day. Oh, it's a holiday. And now it's like the schedule is messed up. So I keep promising to show up at a certain time, and then things come up, and it makes me just change the schedule, or like tweak it by 15 minutes, or be late, or show up a little early, right? I don't like doing that to you guys. So what I'm going to do this month for September is I'm going to only do Wednesdays at noon for September. September's only going to be Wednesdays at noon, because I know I have this time slot. I know I have this one. It's not conflicting with anything. So only Wednesdays at noon. But I'm still going to continue to stack Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 5 stacks, minimum of $20. And if Bitcoin drops below what? If Bitcoin drops below our average buy price for 2025. If Bitcoin drops below $101,000, we'll be doing $40 stacks. And if it drops below $76,914, I'll be doing quadruple stacks, so $80 stacks. But if it actually drops that low, I'll be selling my vehicles. I'll be selling the Grom. I'll be selling everything to get some extra cash to buy at those significantly low prices, right? But yeah, that's what's up. That is the plan. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, do put it in the comments. If you have any questions, you're watching the replay, put it in the comments. I'll answer your questions either with a special video, I'll do a short for you, or I'll answer your question in the following episode, which will be next Wednesday. It seems so far away to say next Wednesday, but yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying that out, and yeah, it's good. It's good. It's gonna keep the show rolling, keep the show going, and the objective is still the same: to show the process of getting to 1 Bitcoin from 0 Satoshis, right? And to do that in a way that helps beginners get motivated to start. And that's what we do here, right? We're not a news channel. We're not a politics channel. We're just Bitcoin. We buy the Bitcoin. We take custody of the Bitcoin. And repeat. All right. So with that said, let's wrap up today's show on that nice little song break. Just like that, we've come to the end of another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. Stacking consistently, relentlessly, Monday through Friday, even though we're only doing a live stream on Wednesdays now for September. We're going to continue to stack. Okay? Remember, we do it because it's a habit we need to build and enforce. It's the DCA. We have a set amount, we have a set schedule, and we buy no matter the price. Okay? And then in the end, we look back and we see results that are really good, actually. Okay? So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking.